Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So I came across this video, and all I can say is that as some people are already going to hear it loud and clear. And it's obvious that some people really knew that something was going to happen, like during before the election, and they still went ahead to do what they thought was best for them. But now it looks like what they thought was best for them is no longer best for them because, as it stands, Donald Trump granted interview. I think I saw Sunday or Monday, and they were asking him what are his intentions when it comes to deportation. He said that he is like immediately that his first day on duty that he is going to find a way to send all of them home. And the person interviewer was asking, so how or do you plan to separate families? He said he probably will not separate families, but what he's going to do is if your parents are illegal, right, and you are legal in the country and you are still probably young, they are sending both you and your parents home, right? So he said, I do not want to separate families. So if your parents are illegal and you are legal, I mean, both of you are just going home. So I really don't know how this is going to work because there are also people in his cabinet that are not US citizens because he is also planning to end citizen by birth, right? So how is all this going to happen? I mean, it's really going to be crazy. Let's get into this.
Breaking news. Donald Trump said today on Meet the Press with Christian Welker that he was looking at ending birthright citizenship and deporting these citizens, American citizens, out of the country. This is guaranteed under the 14th Amendment, Section 1. This was originally passed by Congress in 1866, actually June 13th, 1866, and was later ratified by the states and by Congress in July of 1868. This has been part of the Constitution under Amendment 14, Section 1 since then. And it basically says this: if you are born in the United States, you're a U.S. citizen. This was originally passed because that the former slaves that were brought to the U.S. were not deemed, and laws were saying they were not citizens. This was passed to grant them citizenship. And since that point, anyone born in the United States, whether documented or not from parents, whether you are born from diplomats or others in the United States, you're traveling in the United States and you have a child, the child is a United States citizen. This is part of our Constitution, and Donald Trump wants to throw this out the window. Read the exact clause under the 14th Amendment, Section 1. It says, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state where they live. It also says under the 14th Amendment, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. There is equal protection for all under the law. But Donald Trump wants to throw out the Constitution. This is what a potential dictator does. And this is only the beginning. We'll see how many other parts of the Constitution Donald Trump wishes to break. What do you think? Should Donald Trump be able to break the Constitution? He's going to have a hard time doing this. There is no legal way he can do it without basically changing the Constitution. And maybe some way the Supreme Court could somehow all of a sudden determine that this part of our Constitution that's been here since 1868 is all of a sudden not legal. I don't think so, but maybe they will. Hell, they threw out the 14th Amendment, Section 3, over insurrection and somehow saw that completely different. So who knows what the Supreme Court will do. What do you think? Love to get your thoughts. And any of my birthright citizens in the United States, what do you think? Do you think you should have your citizenship stripped? How in the hell are they going to do this? This is just another talk from the Orange Jesus and another burned out light bulb. What do you think? Sure, one way to divide a country further, which Donald Trump has only divided and divided and divided. Two interesting details on Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy was born in the United States, but when he was born in the United States, neither of his parents are U.S. citizens. Vivek Ramaswamy is a birthright citizen. He is a citizen because he was born in the United States. Neither of his parents were U.S. citizens at the time of his birth. Per an interview that I've seen with Vivek Ramaswamy, his father has still chosen not to become a U.S. citizen by becoming naturalized. His mother, after his birth, did become a naturalized citizen. But at the time of his birth, Vivek Ramaswamy became a citizen because he was born in the country. Interesting. Donald Trump and his team want to get rid of birthright citizenship. Why is that? How many more, Donald, of your team would qualify only because they were qualifying under the 14th Amendment, Section 1 for birthright citizenship? And by the way, how many of your people and your big donors are naturalized citizens, such as Elon Musk, who is born in South Africa and became a naturalized citizen, but he was not born here. Peter Thiel, who most people don't know of, but Peter Thiel is another major financial contributor. He's a big backer of J.D. Vance, and he and Musk made money together in PayPal. And he was born out of the country, not born here, naturalized citizen. And not that I'm being critical of it, but they want to look at changing the Constitution to get away with this. So how many more of his people were born somewhere else, but they want to get rid of the constitutional amendments that allow people to become citizens under certain requirements under the Constitution? I just find that really strange, don't you? Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, and my cuckoos. But I love it that Vivek Ramaswamy is a birthright citizen. Don't you? How effing hypocritical. Only from the Trump team. Always hypocrites. Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, and my cuckoos. More orange Jesus and burned out light bulbs. Breaking news. Donald Trump says he wants to end birthright citizenship. Clearly, Donald Trump has a case of amnesia or maybe Alzheimer's, because Donald Trump, the reason you and your family are here is because of birthright citizenship. I believe your father was born from German immigrants, and the reason that Fred Trump was here and able to stay here is because he was born in the United States. Do you not remember that, Donald? So here you're going after all these other people that are protected under the 14th Amendment, Section 1, and saying things that clearly can't be done. The only way it could be changed, the constitutional amendment would have to be changed. It would have to pass the House of Representatives, the Senate, and then be ratified by the states. It's not going to happen, but it's a good talking point, I guess. But your family, Donald, and your mother, I believe your mother came from Scotland, I believe, and also your wife and your wives, where did they come? The mother of your children? Donald, I mean, you better start looking in the mirror. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, Donald Trump. Clearly, you don't realize that because you are a birthright citizen baby. Those are the facts. Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, and my cuckoos, especially my MAGAs, because Donald Trump is exactly what he wants to go out against. He always is. It's always a reflection of himself. What do you think? Love to hear what you think, especially that orange Jesus and those burned out light bulbs. Clearly burned out on this one. Oh, and I also forgot to say his grandfather, Frederick Trump, was leaving Germany so he would get out of compulsory military service. Did he have burn spurs too, Donald? What do you think?
So this is all I got from this video. And let me start by saying that Vivek Ramaswamy is, like, I think, citizenship by birth, and his parents migrated from India, right? And I'm not sure, I'm sure they are not they are not, right? So, and there was the other man, Elon. What will happen to them? Because, I mean, you can't say, I am not vouching for anybody, I'm not trying to protect anybody this time around, but I am asking this. And him, the orange, I am asking what will happen to all, because 3 of them are not even, they all know how they got into the country, right? Then became citizens. So how come people that are also, because because you are illegal, right? And your children are legal, like how do you want to send all of them back home? Because that really doesn't make any sense. But who am I to talk? I am not an American citizen, right? And I am just analyzing and trying to find out why some certain things. But the reality is that the people that voted him in knew that he was going to do that. I don't know how he's going to do that, but then when you look around, all his by 2025, you will find out that the majority of his cabinets, or I think the senators and the what do they call that also, all Republicans, which will even make it easier, like the legislative, executive, and judiciary. Like I think the Republicans are going to be more than the Democrats, which will make it easier for him to even pass any bill. I mean, I think it will make it life very easier for him, right? I think I wanted to say Congress, right? All these people, like, it's only a tree that you tell that I am going to come here tomorrow and cut you off, that a tree stands. But if you tell a human being that I am coming straight out with maybe, or, you know, if you come back, the person will not be there, because who does not love his life? These people really play themselves. Like, I don't know how to say, but they absolutely play themselves. That in the sense that they saw all this, they knew, and still their families woke up and decided that they are going to send some of their family members home. Like, who does that? Some their reason is that I know that he doesn't like us, but we just want, maybe voting for him, we make him like us, right? Now you all are going to see how his love is, if it is real or if it is fake, because sooner than later, some of you will be going back home. And not just going back home, some also will be going straight to the, what's that, concentration camp, because I heard that there are some already they are working on. And it means that some people will end up working for free without being paid. Looks like 2025 is about that year. I mean, see you all in my next video. Bye for now.